Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of the Purtee Show. With me this week is Eric England, director of Contracted, his new film coming out November 22nd. Just in time for Thanksgiving. It's not Halloween, it's Thanksgiving. But I am that man who is the horrible boyfriend who lies to you all the time and says, "Oh, studio's going to be up." Yep, sure isn't. Nope, here I am sitting at my desk, did a little rearranging, got a bookshelf, Jason Voorhees, Thor's Hammer, my signed copy of the new Neil Gaiman book. I don't remember the name of it, but it's signed, so who gives a shit, right? But yeah, Eric England had him on before when the show was audio only, so you can go back and you can check that out. Or you can just sit here, relax, and enjoy the show. So here's Eric England, and we'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
So Eric, second time on the show, I want to thank you for on such short notice too.
Yeah, thanks for having me back. What's up?
I'm curious as to find out. Now, you went to Europe.
I did.
And it seems like you walked off the plane and your fan base was waiting for you at the airport?
I don't know if I have a fan base, but yeah, we had people waiting for us.
What's that like? Did that feel like?
It's hard to say because I was so jet lagged and I just got off of an 11-hour, 12-hour plane ride. It was a bizarre feeling. I think because here in LA, the actor I was with we're all just a bunch of starving artists and filmmakers who make these little no budget genre films and over there I guess there was already a press screening for the film, so a lot of people had already seen it before I'd gotten there, so they got a sneak peek at it, which was cool. So I think they were new fans and they hadn't had time to research me and realize that I'm just really a bum.
Now what was the reaction like to Contracted over there?
It was great. It was great. I was actually really surprised because Madison County didn't do as well as I would have liked overseas. I think because it was a very American film. Like there aren't rednecks in every part of the world. So with Contracted, I think Contracted is a little more universal because sex is pretty universal. And the aesthetic of the film, I tried to go for more of a European approach. So I think that kind of translated really well. And I don't consider it like a midnight movie, something that you like go and have tons of fun with, but so far people are having a lot of fun with it, so I guess I was wrong.
Well, and you also got picked up by IFC Midnight.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. So that's what, November 22nd is the...
Yeah, November 22nd is when it comes out in theaters and VOD and all that good stuff.
Is it going to be limited release in the theaters, or is it...
Limited release. I don't know what cities yet. They haven't confirmed everything. I mean, it's been a weird kind of process because we don't even have an official trailer or poster out, and the movie comes out in like a month. So it's been kind of weird. They've literally been letting the film kind of just do its own thing, like with what we established in film festivals. Like there's technically a trailer out right now, but it's an international sales trailer that was cut by our foreign sales agent that I did not want anyone seeing. So yeah, that's part of being a filmmaker. The shit you don't want people to find out about, they ultimately will. Welcome to the internet. But yeah. So the distributor was like, yeah, we can't stop that one from getting out. So it's been unique. Like our distributor hasn't even really marketed our film yet. So I'm curious to see what happens when they do start marketing it here in the next week or so.
Now you said that Contracted has a much more European feel.
Yeah.
And whereas Madison County obviously is a total American movie.
Yeah.
Now, we're fans of Madison County. Are they going to be put off by Contracted, or is it going to be kind of one of those things where it's a nice, easy transition? You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard for me to kind of gauge that. I guess I want to believe that if you like Madison County, you'll hopefully like Contracted because it's from the same filmmaker. But but I don't know. I've definitely had people who dig Madison County. Say that they can't believe that I did a film like Contracted, because I think the typical response in Hollywood is if you make a supernatural or a ghost film, it's like, oh, you're that kind of filmmaker. Like you make like if you're James Wan and you make Saw, you're the Saw guy, but then
right.
He does ghost movies and now he's the ghost guy, and now he's making Fast and Furious. So it's
now he's
like,
the car guy.
Yeah, now he's going to be the car guy. That's kind of how Hollywood is, unfortunately. So it's like when I made Madison County, everyone was like, oh, let's do a slasher film. And I was like, no, I don't really want to do that. So I think, if you're going expecting a slasher film, you go in expecting Madison County or all of its, ups and downs, then yeah, you may be a little disappointed or you might find something different. But I know people who hate Madison County like Contracted, so I guess that's the important thing.
You're kind of winning over the people that you didn't grab with Madison County.
Trying to, yeah. I'm trying to. Unfortunately, I have this thing where I try to please everyone, and it's impossible as a filmmaker. So I'm never gonna win.
Bill Cosby said something about that, but I don't remember the exact quote because I think it involved Jello pudding. So
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but
Jello pudding makes everyone happy, so he's gonna win.
He really, really is. Now, Roadside came out back in March.
Yeah, it hit festivals in March. Yeah.
Is it? What's the plan with that?
I don't know. It's kind of it's a weird movie because it's not really a genre film. It's a dramatic thriller. It's when I was making Roadside, the idea was to make a film that felt like a studio movie in almost every way, but had kind of an indie spirit. And every distributor, everybody so far that's watched the film has really liked it. Critically, I don't think we've gotten one negative review, which is rare. But it's a film that doesn't have a guy wearing a pig head on the face. It's not about a killer STD. It's about two people trapped on the side of the road. It's a very Hitchcockian film, and unfortunately, I'm not Alfred Hitchcock, so my name can't sell a film. So the offers we've gotten haven't been as good as we'd like, so we're just kind of sitting on it. It's like we're in no rush to sell it, and the more films I make, and hopefully the better they do, the more valuable either my name will be or Katie or Ace. So it needs one of those tangible elements to sell, and right now we just don't have one. So we're either going to release it ourselves or wait until a better deal comes along. But so far it's actually been the most pivotal, important film I've made. It's really opened the door to everything I've done so far and will continue to do. So it's kind of weird how that happens.
Well, let's go out on a limb here and let's get people interested in you. And if you're watching this, tweet out the episode with the hashtag by Eric England.
By Eric England. Great.
Yes, there you go. So just tweet that out, and that way we'll know who's actually watching this and who has interest.
Yeah.
So I think we should get this trending. We'll start right after this. I'll start tweeting out hashtag by Eric England.
Oh, great.
And we'll see.
Very narcissistic and self-involved.
But I'm the one that's starting it, not you. So,
okay.
If somebody else starts it, it's okay. Like, if I started tweeting out stuff about myself, which I do on the regular, which is okay, because I'm a narcissist, I can't talk, but I'm a narcissistic asshole.
It's the internet.
Yeah, who doesn't know how to turn his phone off, apparently, because it's ringing in the background. But that's neither here nor there. Now, you also are attached to Madison County, too.
Yeah.
Now, what's going to happen with that? Is that in pre-production? Is the script written? Will there be another pig head?
That's a good question. There is a script. And it's I don't know. Madison County is something I was actually a lot of people don't know this, but I was actually going to shoot it probably about now. I was going to start shooting in a few weeks. I was going to start shooting it in November of this year. And try to just kind of squeeze it in, But the more I started really kind of diving into the creative process, the more and more it started to feel like the wrong time for me personally. Because I was coming off of Contracted as I was preparing it. Contracted had just went to its first festival and it had just sold to IFC, and I was like, all right, what am I going to do next? And I wanted to do a movie this year. Because I shot Contracted last year, and I've done a lot of music videos and a lot of shorts and, a lot of writing this year. So it's like I've kind of been taking a break from features just to kind of calm the fuck down. But I don't know, the more I started to do Madison County 2, the more it just felt wrong for me. It almost, one of the big things that people like about Contracted is that it's unique and it's fresh and it's original. And for me, it felt like Madison County 2 was kind of just going back to the well in a weird way.
Right.
And I kind of wasn't ready to do that. And I don't know if I will be, I have a cool idea. I really want to jump back in the woods and kind of, rehash some of that old stuff, but at the same time I have so many new stories that I want to tell, and just kind of continue going in a certain direction as a filmmaker that it's not a priority for me at the moment unless it necessarily has to be.
Right. Now tell me a little bit before we get going here, tell me a little bit about Underneath.
Well, the first thing people should know about Underneath is it's getting a title change. So we don't know what we're gonna call it yet, but we're currently in the process of changing the title. It's one of my next films. We're attaching talent to it right now. We have a really great casting director attached, Lisa Fields, who does all of Ty West and Michael Bay's movies. So I'm really excited to have her on board, and I think we're about to start scouting locations and doing all that stuff. It's a bigger film. It'll be the biggest film I've ever done. And it's a really timeless and classic genre story about a group of miners. There's an accident that takes place in this mine, and these miners are basically left for dead. And they send down a search and rescue party to find any survivors, if there are any. And when they get down there, all the miners are missing. And from there, it just turns into this like demonic possession film that has elements of The Thing and The Exorcist, and it's just such a great story that I think will stand the test of time. So I'm really excited to direct, and it's from a writer named TJ Simfel, who's fucking brilliant and really doing well as a writer. So I'm excited to jump on board that one and get that train going ASAP.
Well, if you need any Skype cameos, like from what's the name of the movie, from Sinister. I know I'm not Vincent D'Onofrio, but just saying.
I appreciate.
Just saying, I'm not a name, but I'm somebody. I'm somebody. I can sit at my little desk that has the world on it, and bar rescue on my smart TV because I forgot to turn it off before we started. And
nice.
Good to go. We're ready to go. So, Eric, you can find out more at Eric England on Twitter, and you have a website. I forget. You have a website? No.
I have a website. I mean, I have a blog.
Okay, well, yeah. What's the blog? It's I forget the name of the blog.
Me too. It's like ericengland.blogspot.something.
Domains, sir. Buy a domain. They're cheap. They're very cheap. Very cheap.
Yeah. Too late.
Yeah. It's already out there in the ether. Damn it.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for coming on. And once Contracted hits VOD in the theater and all that kind of stuff, we'll have to have you back and talk more about it once I'm actually able to see the film.
Yeah.
But November 22nd, VOD, theaters, limited release. And then how soon after that for DVD and Blu-ray?
I have no idea. I was actually hoping for a limited theatrical and VOD around Valentine's Day because I thought that would be really funny. But I don't know. Maybe DVD and Blu-ray around Valentine's Day because that'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
And then it comes with a little contracted condom.
That'd be so weird to be like, baby, I gotta. Oh, this is the only one I got. Sorry.
Yeah.
You made it a disease that's gonna kill you now.
Date night with Contracted and a condom.
That's. All right, Eric. Thank you so much for being on, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.
So that was the show. I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank Eric England for taking time out. I know I woke him up. I know. But it was a good interview. Needless to say. Next week on the program, Eric Kruger from the band Sunday Flood. So get your research going, because they're a great band, and you should definitely check them out. Until next week, sleep well. Stay warm, kids.